Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to BYJU'S exam prep. My name is Naveen, and today we will be doing DILR made easy for CAT. So we'll be looking at the couple of sets. We will be seeing how to deal with such kind of sets. One of the sets is going to be about crypt arithmetic, wherein the letters are disguised in for. Okay, so A will represent 1 or B will represent 1, C letter will represent 2, and so on and so forth. Another set is going to be related to Gantt chart. We will understand what Gantt charts are and how are they helpful in representing certain type of data. Yeah, hi Arshad. So let's discuss a couple of sets. Let's start with the first practice set, which is crypt arithmetic. So this is the set that we have. Okay. The following table represents the addition of two 6-digit numbers given in the first and the second rows. So this is first row. Okay, and that is the second row. Okay, so I'll come here. So this is the first row and the next one is the second one here. So you have to understand which letter represents which digit. It's given that in the representation, each of the digits from 0 to 9 has been coded with one letter amongst A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, and K. So if you count the total number of letters here, we have 10. And the total number of digits also we have is 10. Okay. Here each letter represents a distinct digit. So which letter represents which one? So I'll give you guys couple of minutes to solve this. This is what we have in front of you. Go ahead, try. So I'll be using a yellow letter, yellow color. So which letter represents which digit? Just 2 minutes, everyone. Just 2 minutes. Acha, say, was it the same question, Virendra, or was it a variety of this? So if you know that, Virendra, chalo, it will be kind of a revision for you, right? Okay, so let's start from the rightmost side. If you look at this particular column, we have F plus F should result in an F, right? This is equal to here. And I will be writing down the letters A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, right? So this is a total of 3, 3, 6, 3, 9, 10, and 11. Okay, so it's not going to be K. So 0 to 9 is what we need, right? So 3, 3, 6, 3, 9, and 10. So we have A here, B, C, D is missing, E is missing, F, G, H, I is missing, J, K. So K is also here, right? So the letters that we don't see here are, we don't see a D, right? We don't see an E. We do see an F, G. We have an H, we don't have an I. Okay, fine. And we have digits from 0 to 9, which are 10 digits. Yeah, hi Sonali. So which letter represents which one? So if you go to the rightmost position, this particular column, it says f plus f is equal to f. Now, if you think about this, we need a digit when added to the same digit results in the same digit. So patiently, let's put one digit by after another. So if I put f as 0 and 0, 0 plus 0 will result in 0. Makes sense. 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. Doesn't make sense. 3 plus 3, 6. 4 plus 4, 8. 5 plus 5, 0. 10. 6 plus 6, 12. 7 plus 7, 8 plus 8, 9 plus 9. What we realize is f is going to be 0 and only that's the possibility. So everywhere we see f, we are going to write that as 0. So we know that f represents 0, right? So f is 0. That means the last most digits, they are 0, 0. So they will add up to give us this. Now since 0 is used, we can't use 0 for any other digit. Let's go to the next one. G plus k gives us a. Now it could be any two digits. That gives us a. There may be a carry, there may not be a carry. But one thing is for sure. If I look at the third column from the right, a plus 0 should result in a, isn't it? If you have a, some digit, and you add 0 to it, you will end up in the same digit. But we don't have the same digits a, we have c. So this tells us for sure that whatever calculation we are going to do in the second column from the right, there will be a carry of 1, right? Because that's the maximum carry you can get when you add two digits. So there will be a carry of 1 such that a plus 1 results in c. So c is going to be a plus 1. If a is, let's say, 5, then 5 plus 1, c will result in 6, right? From here, we are pretty much sure that a cannot be 9. Why a cannot be 9? Because 9 plus 1 is 10. 10, that means c will end in 0, but 0 is already taken. So one thing is for sure, a cannot be 9, right? Okay. If we look at the next column, we find that we don't know what the sequence of A, G, J should be, right? So we don't know about that. There is definitely not going to be any carry. Then we have H plus H that results in 0. If there is going to be a carry, it may end in a 0, it may not end in a 0. So let's think about it, okay? What should H be such that the same two digits add up to give us a number that ends in 0? So the possibility is 5 and 5 is 10 that ends in 0. What if there was a carry? If there was a carry, is it ever a possibility that 1 plus a digit plus the same digit will end in 0? No, 10 nahi ban sakta. Reason being, if the sum of these three is 10, then sum of H and H is 9. Now H plus H will always be even. It can't be 9, right? So we are pretty sure right now that there is no carry from the previous calculation and H is going to be 5. 5 plus 5 is 10, 0, and then there is a carry of 1. Now 1 plus B plus A results in A. 1 plus B plus A results in A. So can we say 1 plus B should end in 10? That tells us that B is going to be 9, such that 1 plus 9 is 10. 10 plus A is A, and then there is a carry of 1 again. If there is a carry of 1, that A turns out to be 1, right? Now we have A as 1. So wherever we see A, we are going to write 1. Wherever we see B, we are going to write 9. So A is 1 here. A is 1 here. A is 1 here. Right? And H was 5. Now if you look at C, C is going to be 2. This is the only place we have C, so C is going to be 2. Now we are left with 3 letters, G, J and K, such that G plus K should end in 1. What are 2 digits such that their sum is going to end in 1? So we can have 1, 0 plus 1 ho sakta hai, but 0 is taken, 1 is taken, we can't take that. Can we take it as 11? Is it a possibility that sum of 2 digits is 11? Yes. 11 can be formed in a lot of different ways. So 11 you can form as by taking 2 and 9. You can form 11 by taking 3 and 8. You can form 11 by taking 4 and 7. You can take 11 by adding 5 and 6. Now, out of all of these, 2 is already taken. So, 2 plus 9 doesn't make sense. 3 and 8, neither of them are taken. 4 and 7 bhi nahi use hua hai. 5 is already taken, so we can't take that. So, these are the two possibilities, 3 plus 8 or 4 plus 7. Right? That will give us 11. 1 is there, there is a carry. And then 1 plus 1 gives us 2, there is no carry. Now, this is 1, this is J, and this is G. Right? So, if I take, suppose, G as 3. Suppose I am taking this case. Then J is going to be 2. The thing is, 2 is already taken. So, we are pretty sure that G cannot be 3. Right? We can't take G as 3. What if I take G as 4? If I take G as 4, so J is going to be 3 such that 1 plus 3 gives us 4. So, G as 4 is possible. Very much true. What about G is equal to 8? If G is 8, J is 7. 7 is still possible. What if I take G as 7, then J is going to be 6. 6 bhi abhi bhi koi nahi liya hai. So, we are going to have 3 possibilities for G, right? G could be 4, G could be 7, G could be 8, and depending upon that, J will take a value, and depending upon that, K will take a value. Right? So, we won't be able to fill it up, but we are pretty sure about the other digits over here. Okay? I want everybody to take a look here. Okay? A is going to be 1, B is 9, C is definitely 2, F is 0, G we don't know, H is definitely 5, J and K we have no idea about. Having understood this, now let's go to the questions. Okay. So these are the final solutions. Okay. Which digit does the letter A represent? So if you would remember, it is 1, right? So A is 1. Okay. Next question, which digit amongst the digits 3, 4, 6 and 7 cannot be represented by the letter D here? Right? So we have this scenario. So can we say from here that 4, 7, 3, 7, 4, 6, these all are going to be one among G, K and G. So can we say that 7 will be definitely used? It will be used by either G, K or J for sure. So अगर 7 definitely use होगा इन 3 letters के लिए, तो D cannot take 7. So can we say 7 is that digit which can never be taken by D? Right? So 7 is the answer. Next, which digit does the letter B represent? So we know that B represents the digit 9. So 9 is the answer. Fourth question, which digit amongst the digits 4, 6, 7 and 8 cannot be represented by the letter G? So those 3 cases, if you remember, G is going to take either a 4 or an 8 or a 7. So it can take 4, it can take 8, it can take 7, 6 nahi le sakta G. Not possible. Right? So 6 is going to be the answer. Since it's a theta question, so that's the digit we had to replace. So I hope you guys understood. It was a pretty simple set called crypto arithmetic, wherein you have to put in the letters disguised as digits or digits disguised as letters. It's generally the second type. Fine? Okay. Let's look at the next one. Practice set 2, Gantt chart. So what are Gantt charts? So Gantt charts are the types of graphs or the charts that help project managers understand how to deal with the scheduling of the projects. So it's majorly used for schedules. Okay. So this is a CAT question. It says the adjacent figure shows the schedule of 4 employees, Abani, Bahani, Dani and Tinni. Okay. So if you look at the names here, these are the names of the employees whom Dhoni supervised in the year 2020. Altogether, there were 5 projects in which they were involved. That started and concluded in 2020. As in, it started in 2020, it got over in 2020. In other words, it was there for 1 complete year. Okay. For each of these projects and for each employee, the starting day was the beginning of the month. That is the first of that particular month. And the concluding day was the end of the month. That is 28th, 29th, 30th or 31st of that particular month. And these are indicated by the left and right endpoints of the bar charts here, right? The number within each bar indicates the percentage of assigned work completed by the employees for that particular project as assessed by Dhoni. Let's understand looking at the Gantt chart. So if you look at the first one, it says project 1. So this is project 1, which had to be concluded by 3 employees, Abani, Bahani and Tinni. So Abani started the project in the month of February. 1st of February, he or she started and completed that project by 31st of March and was able to complete 100% of the work. I'm only talking about A right now. If I look at B, represented by the green horizontal bar, it also started in the month of February, 1st Feb, and it finished or it completed 100% of the project assigned to him or her by Dhoni in the month of in those 2 years, in those 2 months. If I look at Tinni started its work on 1st of Jan. Okay, 1st Jan, the dates are written over here, and it completed only 80% of the work assigned to him or her in those first 2 months. So 1st Jan se leke 29th of February. Why 29th of February? We are dealing with the year 2020, which is a leap year, so we are supposed to have 29 days in the month of Feb, though it should not make any difference. Similarly, project 2 was the work taken up by 2 employees, which was Dani and Tinni. So, okay, so Tinni completed the work from 1st March to 30th of April. Okay, 1st March se leke 30th April tak. As in, Tinni worked for only 2 months and completed 100% of the work assigned to her or him. And Dani completed the work starting with February and until April. So February, March, April, 3 months, and only completed 90% of the work. So this is how these Gantt charts are made. The bars, they represent the work that they are doing. Within that, you can write down the percentage of the work that they completed. And the vertical lines or the minor grid lines, they tell us from which particular date to which particular date where they completed what amount of work. Okay. Now, in all of this, if I simply want to see that for how many months did, let's say, Tinni work with Dhoni. Okay. So Tinni here is yellow color, right? So if you count the number of months, this is 1 month, sorry. So if we count the total number of months, this is 1 month, 2 month, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So Tinni worked for 9 months out of 12 months. Okay. If I talk about, suppose, if I talk about Tinni, it's not 9 months. So can you see that there is an overlap here? For the month of September, Tinni worked for 2 projects simultaneously. One was project 4 and another one was project 5. So for project 4 and project 5, Tinni worked simultaneously for 1 month, right? So actually she completed, he or she, Tinni, don't know the gender, he or she completed the work which was a 9-month work in 8 months, because 1 month she was or he was working for 2 projects simultaneously. Okay. So the number of months, we are not going to calculate that कि वो काम तो एक ही month था ना, September, even though she was working for 2 months. ठीक है. Let's move over to the next set of directions. For each employee, his or her total project month is the sum of the number of months she or he worked across the 5 projects, while his or her annual completion index is the weighted average of the completion percentages assigned from the different projects, with the weights being the corresponding number of months she or he worked for in these projects. So this is nothing but they have given us a formula on how to calculate a couple of things. Okay, so I'm going to, okay, let's not be very much politically correct about the genders. Let's assume everyone is a girl here, so that we don't have to say he or she every time. मान लेते हैं सारे she's है. Okay, so the first formula is total hold on. Okay, so the first formula is total project month is the sum of the number of months he or she worked across the 5 projects. This is the first formula. So if I talk about total project month of, let's say, Abani. Okay, I'm just taking an example so that we understand. Is the sum of the number of months he or she worked across the 5 projects. So if I talk about project 1, A worked for 2 months. This is project 1. If I talk about project 2, did not work at all. If I talk about project 3, worked for 2 months. If I talk about project 4, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So those are 5 months. If I talk about project 5, did not work at all. So we can say that the total project month of A is 9. In other words, A worked for 9 months. Okay. Next formula is annual completion index is one term, which is, let's say, ACI, annual completion index. Okay. Of A, let's talk about A only. This is the weighted average of the completion percentages assigned from the different projects, with the weights being the corresponding number of months he or she worked for in these projects. So if I talk about ACI of A completed 100% of the work first project mein, right? And what is the weight? Weight is the number of months that A worked. So A worked for 2 months plus. So 100% is the value here, 2 is the weight here. Second project did not work, 0% completed and did not work for any of the months. If I talk about third project, so the third project is going to be 100% and A worked for 2 months there. If I talk about project 4, so that is 80% only the work got completed and that she worked for 5 months. And if I talk about project 5, 0% काम कर रहा है और 0 months काम कर रहा है. Divided by, since this is weighted average, it should be divided by the sum of the weights or the frequencies, right? So here the weights are the total number of months, right? Which is already we have calculated. या आप इधर देख लो 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 5 plus 0, right? आप ऐसे भी समझ सकते हो या फिर you can simply understand that this part is nothing but TPM, total project month of that particular employee. So we should read slowly and understand what are they talking about by taking an example from the graph itself. Further, so this was for employee, okay? Now for project wise, we have another formula. It says the total employee month. Total project month है, उसी तरह से we will now have total employee month and it is as per the project. So let's talk about project 1. What will be TEM for project 1? It is the sum of the number of months for which the 4 employees worked in this project. तो project 1 में total कितने months काम हुआ? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is going to be 6. I hope it is clear. Okay. Next, while its completion index, right? So like it was annual completion index for an employee, we have its completion index. So we can say project completion index. PCI कर देते हैं of project 1. How are we going to complete it? How do we going to calculate this? This is given as the weighted average of the completion percentage assigned for the employees who worked in that project, with the weights being the corresponding number of months they worked for in this project. So इसी month का देखना है हमें. We don't have to go through the months because we are working on one particular month. So we can say this is going to be 100% for 2 months for one of the employees. Then you have another 100% for 2 months. That's for the second employee here, green one, Bahani. And the third is 80% for 2 months. That is for the third employee, Tinin. Project 1 में यही 3 लोग काम किया. Divided by the weights over here are 2, 2, 2, the number of months, which can be written as 2 plus 2 plus 2. Or we can also treat this as यही वाला 6 तो आएगा. So the denominator or the weights is the one that we have already calculated, that is given as total employee month. Okay. So having understood the formula and how they are related, we can now move ahead and look at the questions. So first question is, which of the following statements is or are true? The total project month was the same for the 4 employees, and the total employee month was the same for the 5 projects. So let's look at the graph now. If I talk about total project month, मतलब हर employee total कितना month spend किया project पे. So if I talk about A spent 1, 2, 3, 4 plus 5, right? So 2 plus 2 plus 5, which will result in 9. If I talk about B, how many months did B work for? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, which is 2 plus 4 plus 3. This is also 9. If I talk about the next employee C nahi hai idhar, D hai. D and T is what we have. So if I talk about the next employee D, this is blue color, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. So this is 3 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1. This is also 9. And if you look at the fourth employee T, which is yellow color, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is 2 plus 2 plus 3 plus 2, which is 9. So ये same है. So can we say first तो true है? So option A cannot be our answer. Option B cannot be our answer. Between C and D, we need to now check. So second statement says the total employee month was the same for the 5 projects. तो project 1 की अगर बात करें तो project 1 में कितना months काम हुआ? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? I can write 2 plus 2 plus 2 so that you guys can see what calculation I'm doing actually. If I talk about project 2 में you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, यहीं पर different हो गया. They are not same. So we can say that second one is false and first one is true. So answer is going to be only one. Only the first statement is true. Okay, so you have to be very careful as to what these terms denote. You have to remember, you have to always recall. Of course, you can go back to the question part, and in exam you have the main stem and the graph on the left hand side, right? And the right hand side you have got questions, so it's easier that way. इधर तो हमें slides के बीच में shuffle करना पड़ रहा. Okay, so answer is going to be only one, right? Okay. Next question is, which employees did not work in multiple projects for any of the months in 2020? Did not work for multiple projects. तो पूरे साल में, the question is saying, पूरे साल में कौन से ऐसे employees थे जिन्होंने parallelly एक से ज़्यादा project पे काम नहीं करा? Okay? So, if we look at A जब काम कर रहा था एक project पे, कर रही थी, sorry, then A was not working parallelly with any other project. So A completed the third project and then started with the fourth project. So can we say A is one of those people who did not work for multiple projects, right? So C नहीं हो सकता. Now between option A, B and D, A and B तो होगा ही होगा. D हो भी सकता है, नहीं भी हो सकता है. So let's try D now. D was not working simultaneously. If you look at the blue color, every time the horizontal bar, wherever it ended, the next bar started post that. है ना? So D is also one of the employees who did not work. So A and D दोनों ही हो गया, तो ये तो नहीं हो सकता अब, because the D is missing there. Now between option B and D, C एक बंदा है जिसके बारे में, बंदी है जिसको चेक करना होगा. Not C, sorry, T, Tinny. So let's look at Tinny, the yellow color. Okay, fine. It started, it stopped here. The moment it stopped, a new one started. And here, after a few months, another one started. And before it started, it tried to end. Naya wala shuru ho gaya. So there is an overlap, right? So can we say T was simultaneously working on two projects? So C is not that employee who did not work. T is an employee who did work in two projects simultaneously. So we can't have T, so all four of them is gone. So D is going to be the answer. Right? So only A, B and D are the employees. Next question. The project duration measured in terms of the number of months is the time during which at least one employee worked in the project. At least one. मतलब काम चल रहा था project पे. Which of the following pairs of the projects had the same duration? Okay. So if I talk about project 1, for how many months was the project working? इधर से इधर तक. 3 months? Right? 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. Can we say project 1 was completed in 3 months? It started on it end जो हुआ 3 महीने में. So we need to find out which pair of these projects they all were completed in the same number of months. ठीक है? Same duration जिसका था. So project 1 is here, so which is 3 months. If I look at project 5, this is 1, 2, 3, 4. Project 5 is 4 months. If you look at project 3 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Project 3 continued for 5 months. If you look at project 4, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So project 4 is also 5 months. So we can say that option D is the only option where in both the projects it worked for equal number of months. Right? And everyone, please look in the chat. There is a form shared with you guys. Please make sure that you click on that form, that Google form, and you fill in the details. We will get in touch with you. You can also put in what kind of sessions do you really want, okay? Which all topics you want us to complete. We will bring in the videos of those sort. Okay, so we want a feedback so that we can improve and we can bring you exactly what you need. So please do not forget to click on that link in the chat and fill up the form. Okay, yeah. Let's move to the next question. Okay, hold on. Next question is the list of employees in decreasing order of annual completion index. Remember annual completion index, second formula tha? Wherein for every person we go and calculate the percentage of work they completed into the number of months. Okay, thank you Harshad, thank you Sonali. The number of months that they worked plus next percentage into the number of months they worked, divided by the sum of the months that that person worked, right? Pura, sara projects milakar tha. So we need to sort them out in the decreasing order. So maximum usse kam, usse kam, usse kam. So let's look at the graph now. And let's look at the options. From the options, it's going to be either T, D, B, right? सबसे ज़्यादा या तो T है या D है या B है. यही तीन में से कोई है. A तो नहीं है ना? So let's calculate this. Let's calculate for B. If I calculate for B, I will be getting 100% into 2, green one, plus 75% into 4, plus 90% into 3. Right? We have only 3 green horizontal bars. Divided by 2 plus 4 plus 3. I believe everybody remembers that कि सबका तो 9 ही था, है ना? Number of months everybody has worked is 9 months. They have worked for equal number of months, है ना? So if this is going to be 9, can I say if I'm going to check for others, all I have to do is ignore the denominator because every calculation will have a 9. मेरे को केवल numerator check करना है, largest and smallest. So I'm going to decrease the calculation part here. I'm not going to do the division by 9. I'm going to keep it simpler. So this is 200, this is 300, and this is 270. So 500 plus 270, this is 770%. ये अपना B का है. Okay, so B is 770. Let's calculate for D. If we calculate for D, D as in blue color, which is 90% into 3. I'm writing down the expression. Actually, मेरे को सीधे 270% लिख देना चाहिए था, right? Okay, so this is 90% into 3 plus 100% into 3, the blue one, and then 100% into 2 plus 100% into 1, right? Which is same as 100% into 3. I hope you guys can understand. 100% into 2 plus 100% into 1, 100% into 3. So this is going to be 300% plus 300, 600% plus 270. So this is 870%. So we are pretty sure कि भैया D अभी तक highest चल रहा है. If D is the highest, so option B is not going to happen. ठीक है? Now let's calculate for T. Okay, should we calculate for T here? Let's calculate T. If we calculate T, this is going to give us 80% into 2. Okay, the yellow one. 100% into 2 plus 100% into 3 plus 100% into 2, right? So 100% 1 month, 2 month, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is 100% into 7 months, which will give us, this is 700 plus 160, which is 860%. So अगर आप देखोगे तो highest D है, so option T is also gone, right? Highest is D, 870, and then you have T, which you can see from option A and C both. Between B and A, we need to find out who is there. B we have already calculated. Let's talk about A now. A is 100%, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 months. So this is 400%. Plus 80% into 5, that is going to be another 400%. So it will give us a total of 800%. So we can see that B सबसे कम है. B सबसे कम decreasing order में it's going to be option C. Right? So option C is our answer. So I hope, see, both of these sets that we did today, they both were CAT questions, actual CAT questions. And you can see that Gantt chart, because it's a very new type of chart, some people may not be comfortable just because it's new to you. But once you have decoded as to how to deal with those, the formulas, the 4 formulas that they asked us, they gave us, we did not require all 4 of them. Only one was asked. बाकी सब common sense था, है ना? Even the last question मैंने जितना time लिया उससे बहुत जल्दी कर सकते थे. We could have checked कि 100% कितना times है. वो सब में उतना common हटा दो. Whatever is extra, only calculate that and sort. Right? We did not have to calculate for each one of them like that. So we could have made it faster, quicker. But since we were doing Gantt chart for the first time, so I explained you step by step. So anyone who is new to us, you can join BYJU'S Exam Prep 2023 program. And these are the giveaways. Okay. So you have access to all these sections. You get more than 5 years previous year questions. You get 4 hard copy books. You get more than 300 engaging videos. You get more than 75 mocks. You get more than 10,000 practice questions. You get more than 15 power-packed sessions related to GDPA and VAT preparation. And then you get proper live classroom sessions. Okay. All of these, everything is online. And you can unlock a 3-day trial access to our app. All you have to do is click on the link given in the description, or you can download our app for Google Play. The link is given in the description for that as well. And you can enter your mobile number and start the free trial access here. Please meet our this year's CAT toppers, CAT 2022 toppers. You can be one among them. All you have to do is write a scholarship test, which is supposed to happen on 11th of June at 11 a.m. and you can get up to 90% scholarship. More than 27,000 students have won scholarships worth 1 crore. So make sure that you register for this. And Mr. Gautam Baba is going to conduct a free interactive workshop where he is going to talk to, or is going to converse with one of our IMA converts. Okay, so Vipula was our classroom student. She converted Ahmedabad, and the session is supposed to happen at 7 p.m. on 17th of June. So make sure that you register for this. Okay, it's first come first served basis. It's you have got limited seats. We will not include hundreds of students so that everybody can interact. We want to keep it short and simple. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. And please make sure that you like this video. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. I'll see you guys very soon again with another session. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.